Picked up 3 of the LEGO Minifigures from Series 25. Since these are in the cardboard boxes, it makes a polybag detective work out the window. In this case, we managed to find a QR code that is actually the larger version, which is what you want. Compare this to the Dynamatrix version. You'll see these on the Marvel Series 2 and the first batch of Series 25. If it's got one of those smaller QR codes, you can either gamble and see what's inside by the luck of the draw, or wait it out until you see one with a larger QR code. The boxes with the QR code that you want to scan look like this. And so you got a number on the bottom and on the side. The boxes with the smaller QR codes usually only have them underneath. There are a bunch of lists going around where this QR code has been deciphered so that you can pair up the code with whatever figure you're looking for. And I want to see if any of those actually ring true. Get your smartphone camera or download an app and use the QR code reader to decipher the numbers. It's going to come out in segments, but what you want is the first part. So when you decipher this QR code, the last 2 numbers on the first segment are 68. Let's crack it open and see what's inside. Okay, so this looks like the Triceratops. Tri-horn helmet, spotted back and a tail. There's one face, and there's the other smirking. So this QR code, where the first segment ends in 68, has a dinosaur fan. Let's try the next box. The last 2 numbers on the first segment are 67. Let's see what we got. Looks like we've got the dog groomer. I think this canine is an Afghan hound, and the dog groomer's got a cochlear implant. So if the QR code ends in 67 on the first segment, looks like you're probably going to get the dog groomer. The QR code on the first segment ends in 70 on this box. Let's see what we got. Alright. This is a cool looking one. He's got a double-bladed axe, a Labras, a shield that's got a bat on it, and a stiff cape with a bat on the back, with a red lining, neat armor on the chest and waist, and the helmet really just falls off. That's one side of the face, and the other side of the face looks like it's ready for a bite. If the QR code of the first segment ends in 70, it looks like you could get the Vampire Knight. From the box we found on the shelf, this is 3 out of 3 of the ones we want. Still missing the fitness trainer and the Noir detective, but so far, so good. And I'm really hoping they keep on with these QR codes, because that saves a lot of time and hassle. I still had to scan them in the store, which was a little time consuming, but at least my fingers are less raw for the nubbings. I've got them marked out the rest of the numbers, so the next time I'm in store, it's going to be easier than going back and forth on the phone. Remember, these numbers here represent the last 2 digits of the first segment of the QR code that's been scanned. And it has to be the larger version like this. If you see the smaller version, skip it and wait for a restock. Back again! This time, pick these up from a Bricks Minifigs store. These were out on the counter, so it was much easier to find where they were in the store. The person at the front wanted to help out scanning some of these codes. If the codes are holding true, these are going to be the fitness instructor and the film noir detective. Here's hoping. The last 2 digits on the first segment here say 60, so it should be the fitness instructor. Bingo! As a fitness instructor. So the fitness instructor comes with a bottle of Vita Rush, a 10-pound kettlebell, tats on her arm, sweat dripping down her face, and she's dressed up in some exercise gear. That's a workout face, and there's the reverse. If the last 2 digits of the first segment end in 60, you've got the fitness instructor. Last 2 digits of the first segment are 65, so it should be the film noir detective. Looks like we have it. This gumshoe was the first one we really liked out of the whole series. The black, white, and grey really just sells it. There's only one face, but it's stern enough to mean business. Walking around in a trench coat with a high stiff neck collar, toting around a really big magnifying glass, and the fish, which is just a red herring. That belt works to hold back the trench coat. Down on the right leg, you can see the fold of the trench coat. If the last 2 digits of the first segment of the code are 65, you've got the film noir detective. Eventually, we might end up getting the rest of these. But for now, these are the 5 we wanted, and these are the 5 we got. And we only had to open up 5 boxes. This is a much more sane and an economical way to do these loot boxes. See you next time on Ren and Stimpy.